it's not always easy to find those like-minded people,
Oh,
you know. And it's like
really,
being in a relationship to a certain extent.
That's such a good point. And I saw an interview recently. David Gilmour interviewed about making Dark Side of the Moon. He said two things, which I thought were brilliant. We were just young men in a room together, and we were given all the latest toys to play with, and we'd kind of fiddle around to find what kind of noise you get out of the gear. And it was friendship and personal taste.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It was just the young men who had that particular taste in what they were doing, so they did that.
Yeah.
And that's what my music is. It's about friendship. It's about making friends, and it's about we share a common taste in what we do.
Yeah.
And beyond that, that's it. That's good enough for me. So Keith Emerson, Lake and Palmer, that got me into prog rock, and then Oscar Peterson. And then into jazz, Bill Evans, Thelonious Monk, and all those amazing piano players, which is kind of what's inspired me. And then what I then write is something different from all that. But there you go.
So what sort of stuff are you writing then?
I'm trying to write songs. So you've got melodically driven stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting use of harmonies and rhythms. So my drummer, Dave Rohaman, he's from Guyana in Latin America, so he's great at doing all the Latin feel rhythms. Les plays bass. He's from India, so we've got all these Indian nuances on six-string contrabass.
Wow.
And today we have Josephine Davies joining us. She is the UK Parliamentary Jazz Awards Instrumentalist of the Year, 2019.
Oh my God.
But the other guys have played with top people as well.
Yeah.
Like, Les played with Billy Eckstein, legendary jazz singer who sang with Duke Ellington.
Wow.
Dave toured with Ian Dury before he crossed over into jazz. So young people don't know who Ian Dury is. But when you're my age, it means
We're
something.
just going out to all people. Everyone knows.
So is there a bit of a world music influence as well?
Definitely.
Yeah.
There has to be, because that's who we are.
Yeah.
We're kind of musicians from the four corners of the Commonwealth, and we bring all those influences with us just because that's who we are.
Yeah.
That's a really nice collaboration.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
So. Usually, we have a signature sound of lead cello,
right?
Which is Helen Thomas, and she plays with the London Philharmonic Orchestra.
Wow.
She's on holiday today, so she's not with us. I'm really
Helen, not rude.
And the cello gives this real signature sound because I really put her out front. So she doesn't sit there just playing long notes.
No.
Like a string synth or something. She's right out there playing top-line Baroque solos. Really doing great stuff.
Wow.
But she's not here today. But look out for us in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
And meanwhile, we're playing the other non-cello numbers with this great sax playing, and we just see how it goes.
So tell me about your origins of music. When did you first get into music? When did you start learning to play the piano?
Well, I taught myself as a kid. So I don't read music. I'm not academic. So when I write a cello part, for example, or a song, then Helen, who's got intelligence, she writes the parts down so all the musicians can play them. So that's a great help. So I just kind of learned from playing by ear, playing records, and then when you get to the jazz, in my day it was vinyl only. So if you slow it down to 16 RPM, it stays in the same key.
Yeah.
But the notes come out slower, so I can work out those jazz solos.
Yeah.
Nowadays, just on YouTube.
Exactly.
And there's some kind of jazz tutorials, so life is a lot easier now for the young people coming through.
Yeah, it is.
But not reading music. I actually taught myself to play the piano.
Brilliant.
But so I can't read music, but I can play the piano.
Well, same as me.
But mine was the first one, was not quite as glamorous as yours. It was the Thornbirds.
That's okay.
But it was just that listening. And it's,
it's
I
really
just
good.
couldn't.
And you've got to start somewhere. You don't start at the top. You start where you start.
Yeah.
And then it's all a really good exercise for the ears.
Yeah.
And so if you don't read, you have to have good ears.
Yeah. Oh, that means I've got good.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why I don't need headphones.
And don't hide those ears.
So do you gig a lot? Is gigging, playing live performance, is that important to you?
That is very important.
Yeah.
That's the meaning of it
for
me, because music is about communication.
Yeah.
A connection between the music and the listener, the artist and the audience, and that's what it's for, But we started just before COVID, and that destroyed it, as it did for everyone. And so this is like year one for us, which is great, that we're here, and Can I tell you about our next gig in Tunbridge Wells?
Of course you can.
It's
Yeah, of
not
course you
for a
can.
long time. It's November the 11th at the Grey Lady.
November the 11th. That's a very good. Actually, the artist who designed this, Browne Sugar, her daughter Savannah's November the 11th birthday. So maybe we will come along and celebrate Savannah's birthday on November the 11th. Yeah, it's a good date.
That'd be great.
And where are you playing? Did you say? Sorry, Paul.
The Grey Lady.
Grey
Down
Lady,
on the
brilliant,
Pantiles.
which is another great gig with Paul.
It's a nice
it's
gig.
really nice.
Yeah.
And is this your this? How many local and lives have you done before?
This is the first
Really?
here. We did the Forum last time, a few years back.
Wow.
And now we're on the main stage. So
Wow.
see how it goes. You know.
It's gonna be good.
Well, but I think for what you've told us about, I think the main stage seems like the best place.
It's the place
for
to
you
be.
guys, really.
I hope so. I mean, no one knows us because
Yeah.
we're new, despite the fact that we're old.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, but it's new music.
Yeah.
And so we really all the gigs now, they're about getting exposure.
Yeah.
They're getting recognised, you know.
And what other ways are you getting exposure at the moment? So what other stuff are you doing? Obviously, you're doing
I
that.
mean, it's basically about gigging. And I find that if there's something that musicians might be watching this, that you try and get gigs and you go through website portals and they say, apply to this festival and you never hear anything. The only way I get gigs is when I physically go and meet people.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. Now, other people, they got management and they can do that, but they do other ways of doing it, you know. But that's what I do. We played Ealing Jazz Festival this year, which is a big deal for us. You know.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Played Tunbridge Calling 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
This little down home festival, you know.
But that's what you've got to do. You've got to be everywhere, haven't you? You've got to. You've got to get in front of people.
And it's 99% rejection.
Yeah.
So when we do one gig, it's so significant for us. You know, we try our best to make it good, and it's a big deal for me to play a gig. You know, and you have to honour the event and the audience, and you just, as I say, it's about communication. It's not like we're doing European tour, couldn't care less. You know, no, this is quite precious and quite vulnerable. Also, the kind of music we play is quite vulnerable. Also, you know, it's quite fiddly. You know, so we'll see if anyone likes it.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. But there is something very special and cathartic about the live performance. I think, you know, like you said, because of that connection you have with the audience. But being able to sort of, particularly if you're playing your own material, there's something very, very special about that.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's what I love about Paul Dunn at Local and Live. He's not interested in cover bands, and like cover bands are 10 a penny, you know. And there's some good ones, you know. But how many times do you want to hear ABBA? Tribute. How many times do you want to hear Blues Brothers tribute? I mean, it's all great, all that, but those bands in there, ABBA weren't playing someone else's music.
No,
they were playing their music. You know, so it's great to keep the creativity going, and I think it's a fantastic festival. I love
it.
What Paul does.
It's free.
And it's free.
It's free. I mean, it literally is free. There's that lovely feeling of liberty here anyway, but
Absolutely.
It is, it literally is, anyone can come down. Like, I love it. Like, my kids are coming down later, my friends' kids. It's the whole family. People can stay all evening. And enjoy lots, like you say, music they might not have seen before. You know, it's just, it's a great place to be. And the weather, I mean,
weather's
outdoor
perfect.
Events.
Today, a couple of years back, it was chucking it down with rain. Yeah. Too hot. Everyone went home. Now it's like the Goldilocks.
Yeah. This is perfect. Right, you know. This is absolutely perfect.
So, Paul, are you recording as well? Have you done some? Have you been in the studio?
I have an album, which I'm really proud of. It's called The Beekeeper's Garden.
I like that.
I would show it to you. I didn't know I was going to have the interview, but it's in the merch tent, which is not the tent. It's not the big tent with merchandise written all over it. No, it's not in that tent. It's in the little black tent to the left of the stage, which actually does have the merchandise in it.
Excellent.
Cool.
So there's a CD. It makes a great beer mat.
How come
Frisbee,
I've got a little bee tattoo actually behind my ear. I'm big on bees. So So where can people get this CD then?
Well, the CD is
if they're not here, because this is going to come out afterwards.
It's a gig, so it's in the merch tent here on my website. paulgunn.net. You can find the CD there. It's got the cello in it. It's got amazing flugelhorn player, Ben Cummings. He's a Cuban style player. Amazing. So we've got these kind of Cuban rhythms, Cuban style trumpet, flugelhorn, I should say, which is kind of softer than a trumpet. It's not so sort of metallic sounding, and then great sax playing and the whole lot. It's all there, you know. So and it's not available online.
Is it not?
You can't stream it. It's only on the CD. You know.
Oh, okay. Well, you've got to get on that website then.
Kind of a problem because no one has CD players anymore.
It's tricky, isn't it? I know. We're having this issue at home the other day. My wife was wanting to play a CD, and we're like, I don't think we've got any CDs. She had to go to the car in the end, which she does still have a CD player.
She's got one in the car.
She has to sit in the car and listen to this bit of music. But
So next time, I'm halfway through recording the next album, which I'm really excited by. Going to be vinyl only.
Okay, brilliant.
Which I think is the way to go. I think more people buy vinyl than CDs.
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite a cool thing. And also, we've got great artwork. With The Beekeeper's Garden, we've got a painting by Sean Jefferson.
Wow.
And then we've got the same artist for the next album. But when you've got the 12-inch square vinyl cover, it's great for the artwork. You know? So
there's something special about having your music on vinyl, though, as well. There's something very special.
It's all vanity, isn't it? I mean,
but
it's pride. It's pride as well. It's special. It's your creativity. It's important.
It's actually what my life means to me.
Exactly. It's like if you
sound too sad.
No, no.
It's about self-realization. And connecting with people. You know,
absolutely. And you should be really proud of it. If I create something, I sometimes I know you're the same, Giles. You stand back and you kind of go, "Wow, I did that," and it's really. It's okay to be. It's not vain. It's pride. I think that's a good thing to be.
One of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
But
maybe. Okay, self-love. Self-love. Let's call it self-love.
The great thing is my band are still talking to me. So.
Well, there you go. You must be a nice chap.
That's all you can ask for, Paul. Sometimes, to be honest. Yeah.
Your band. You guys have been together for how long?
Oh, so the band I'm in currently, we've been together for about 20 odd years.
So they must be nice.
But it's not always easy to find those like-minded people, and it's like really being in a relationship to a certain extent.
That's such a good point. And I saw an interview recently. David Gilmour interviewed about making Dark Side of the Moon, and he said something really good. I mean, the interview was asking these side goofy questions. Amazing! How did you do it? And he said, look, he said 2 things which I thought were brilliant. We were just young men in a room together. And we were given all the latest toys to play with, and we'd kind of fiddle around to find what kind of noise you get out of the gear. And it was friendship and personal taste.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It was just the young men who had that particular taste in what they were doing, so they did that.
Yeah.
And that's what my music is. It's about friendship. It's about making friends. And it's about we share a common taste in what we do. You know?
Yeah.
And beyond that, that's it. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
That's
when it comes back to
but
it comes back to what we stopped at the beginning of the conversation was about that connection, and I think that's obviously we connect. Music is connection on so many different levels, So Paul, it's been fantastic.
Amazing. Thank you.
We're looking forward to hearing you play later. So
thank you. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Okay.